What's going on, GBA? My name is StayMusical, and welcome back to Top Plays. Today, we'll be going over the top plays for Week 6. There were some great matches this week, and a lot of smart and interesting plays to go along with them. Let's waste no time and jump straight into the top plays for Week 6. Coming in at number 5 this week, we have a play from the Atlanta Haluchas vs Milwaukee Saucebucks match. To put it simply, this was a very offensive match, and Fizz was successfully able to keep the pressure with mons like Salamence and Volcanion. But the second Battler X tried to get momentum, Fizz was able to maintain momentum thanks to Heliolisk. Or was it? After doing some damage with Porygon 2, Fizz sends in Heliolisk, and much to Battler X's surprise, the Heliolisk goes for Sucker Punch, revealing itself as a Zoroark, and the Electivire goes down. The Sucker Punch allowed Fizz to keep momentum the entire match, and win shortly after in a 3-0 victory, and also earn the number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4 this week, we have a highlight from the New York Metapods vs Tampa Bay Luxrays match. This was a match between two very smart coaches, and if either of them were able to get a leg up, it would spell out defeat for the other. Coach Dan of the Metapods played very smart in the end of the match, preventing Monotui and the Luxrays from being able to do so. Chansey is switched in on Porygon Z as it goes for a Tri-Attack. Knowing that if Emboar comes in, it can possibly win the game, Dan proceeds to make a double switch out into Mega Altaria, as Porygon Z is switched out into Emboar, just as expected. With Emboar being able to do nothing to Mega Altaria, it goes for a Roost to get some health back, and the following turn goes for Dragon Dance. With Mega Altaria at +1, it's able to finish off the match by knocking out Emboar and Porygon Z. The switch into Mega Altaria on the Emboar allowed Dan to keep momentum and win the match 3-0, and also earn the number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 this week, we have a highlight from the San Diego Chimchargers vs New Orleans Pelipper's match. While I could go on about how Envy was able to yet again sweep an opponent with Shell Smash, the important thing to note is how he was able to set up such a thing, and the plays he had to make to put him into that position. Given his Gorobus set, the only two things that could take hits were the Gastrodon and the Assault Vest Excavalier on John's team. First off, Togekiss is in against Gastrodon. With Togekiss being Scarfed, Envy decides to use Trick, giving the Scarf to the incoming Excavalier as Togekiss takes the Assault Vest, which ended up making Excavalier more susceptible to special attacks from the Gorobus. Afterwards, Keldeo switched in, as the Excavalier switched out into Gastrodon. Knowing that damage on Gastrodon is essential for the sweep, Keldeo goes for Secret Sword, doing a great chunk of damage. John of the Pelipers proceeds to switch out into Reuniclus to take the second Secret Sword. Thinking that the Keldeo is choiced, Reuniclus had switched out into Escavalier, but Envy predicts John to do this and goes for the Hydro Pump, which ended up being a 2-hit KO on the Escavalier. With the only mons that could stop Gorobus weekend or out of the way, Envy is able to later sweep. The setup on Envy's part for the Gorobus sweep was very impressive, allowing him to win the game in a 5-0 victory and earn the number 3 spot this week. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have a highlight from the Boston Red Sox vs San Francisco Arcaniners match. Many of you know what this is, so I'll just say it. Acupressure substitute Drapion. Now, there isn't much to say about this, so I'll make it simple. Drapion is switched in on Fortress as it uses Stealth Rocks. Drapion proceeds to go for a substitute as Fortress Volt switches out into Milotic. And then to sum up the next 40 turns or so, Drapion stays on the field and uses the combination of Acupressure, Substitute, Knockoff, and Poison Jab to do work to George's entire team and knock out Nidoqueen, Milotic, and Infernape. Without getting into too much controversy, I will say that the impressive thing about using this set was the fact that Nick was successful. It isn't easy to stay on the field for this long with a moveset like this, given that a lot of it comes down to RNG. So with the display of Acupressure Drapion being as successful as it was, it ended up helping Nick win the game, and also earn the number 2 spot this week. And coming in as your top play for Week 7, we have a highlight from the Pittsburgh Paraditas vs Real Marill match. As we've seen before, one Pokemon coming back and knocking out multiple other mons to win it for the team is a very exciting and impressive feat, and can only be accomplished if everything is perfect for said Pokemon. Old Man Tup of the Paraditas was able to do this with the amazing wall breaker that is Heracross. Just a little disclaimer, because of the way Tut's side of the match was filmed, the footage is going to be from the Marill's side of the match. So, after Hippowdon goes down, the Paraditas send in Excadrill on the Marill's Weavile. Knowing he can live any one hit, Tup has Excadrill go for the Swords Dance as the Marill is switched out into Goodra. Goodra proceeds to go down to an Earthquake, and then the Marill send in Uxie. Excadrill goes for the X-Scissor, but the Tanga Berry allows Uxie to live the hit and knock out the Excadrill with a Foul Play. With 4 Pokemon left and a Scarfed Moxie Heracross, the Parattatas finish up a very close game. Locking itself up into Mega Horn, Heracross knocks out Uxie, then Mega Blastoise, then Weavile, and finally Roserade, all while gaining Moxie boosts along the way. The impressive game finish by Heracross won the game for the Parattatas in a very close 1-0 victory, and also earned the top play for Week 7. And now, for your reigning top play. Last week, you had the decision between reigning top play of Swords Dance Keldeo from Week 1 and the Smash Pass Gyarados sweep from Week 6, and winning by a staggering amount was Smash Pass Gyarados. And now, you guys get to decide again. However, this week I'll do something different for you guys. Because of all the talk about the Acupressure Drapion set, you guys will get to decide between 3 different plays. Will you choose the Smash Pass Gyarados, Scarf Moxie Heracross sweep, or Acupressure Substitute Drapion? Make your votes in the straw poll in the description. That's it for this week. Let us know your opinions about the top plays in the comments below, and be sure to leave a like to support the channel. My name is StayMusical, and I will catch you guys next time for top plays from Week 8 of the GBA Season 6.